know that rush and coverage work together, but how nice is it to see your front four getting after the quarterback like they have so far this year?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
How exciting is it for you to see how well the pass rush has been working?
Oh, it's very beneficial. I mean, seeing those guys get in the backfield and we don't have to cover as long. So, I mean, really just trying to be on one page, just trying to get the quarterback to hitch up, try to get them to go through a second and third read so they can have time to get there. So, I mean, we're definitely working together, and we still got room for improvement. But, I mean, it's off to a good start so far.
With the way you guys have played through the first 5 games and carried over some of the things you vowed to do in the training camp, what's impressed you the most about the way everything defensively has come together?
I feel like we get better each week. And I feel like that's just stands to who we are, just as men, who we are as competitors, just going back each week and recommitting our minds to the process, recommitting to getting better, just actually applying what we learn each week out on the field, becoming closer as a group, as a unit, just really improving each and every week.
Coming into the season, nobody really knew what Sean would do as a coordinator. What have you learned through 5 games about his ability in that chair to put you guys in position to succeed?
He's not doing anything that I didn't expect him to do. And I think the whole defense can really say that and attest to that just because we all know the type of person he is and how he approaches the game and how he really learns and watches tons and tons of film and how he teaches us kind of what he learns. So, I mean, it's really no big surprise. I mean, he's doing everything that he said he was going to do from a leader, from being the defensive coordinator. So we're just really following what he has for us.
Why is Devontae Adams so hard to cover?
Well, I don't know. We're going to find out.
But what is the challenge of going up against a receiver like that?
I mean, he has good releases, good routes, good hands. I mean, he's one of the top receivers in the league. So, I mean, it's really just about kind of finding out the technique to be able to play against him because, I mean, it's everybody kind of plays the same way against him and everybody has the same result. So, I mean, it's really about finding a switch up, finding not even his weaknesses, but what works best against him. So, I mean, we're going to see.
You wound up with 16 targets on Sunday. As you go back through the Bengals film, what do you see not only about his production, but just the way they scheme to get the ball to him on a regular basis?
I mean, he's the number one target. At the end of the day, they're going to force the ball to him regardless if he's open, if he's not open. But, I mean, of course, he does a good job of getting open, of giving Rodgers a good window to get the ball to him. But, I mean, I can't really attest to their scheme or what they were trying to do. But, I mean, just for us, it's really just about limiting his productivity.
Do you want to follow him?
You said what?
Do you want to follow him all the time?
I want to follow the best receiver every game. So, I mean, he's the best receiver. So, I mean, of course, I'm looking forward to that matchup, and we'll see what happens.
Do you take that strategy, but the Bears don't do that a lot. They did it against Cincinnati. But how does that make you feel when a team would put you in that position and say, we have the confidence here to follow the best guy on the field?
What did we do against Cincinnati?
Well,
You said what?
no, I'm saying when the team comes to you, and I'm not asking you whether you're going to be following,
Uh-huh.
but when the team comes to you and says, we want you to follow the other team's best player around, what type of impact does that have on you and your mentality in terms of like confidence and going into the game?
I don't say it has an impact on my mentality. I mean, my mentality every game is to dominate and lock up and don't give any catches up. So, I mean, my mentality is no different. So, I mean, nothing changes for me.
Jaylon, what did you, in your rookie season facing Aaron Rodgers, what did you learn about facing him?
He definitely runs the show, and you can see it being out there on the field, how he changes offense, how he changes routes, how he changes calls, and he really just dissects the defense and really sees what you're in. And once he understands what you're in, then he molds kind of the offense to beat what you're in. So, I mean, it's really just about changing up disguises, not giving them too much pre-snap indicators of what we're doing. So, I mean, it's really just about being able to mix it up and give good disguises.
What have you learned about Sean's creativity that leads you to think that you guys might be able to mask some of this stuff pre-snap?
I mean, honestly, I feel like we've been doing it all year, being able to disguise confused quarterbacks. I mean, really it's just about giving certain looks to where he doesn't know what we're in. I mean, even sometimes people want to play the reverse psychology of the game, but sometimes you got to give them a look and play the look. So, I mean, it's really just about being able to play those mind games the same way that he plays with us.
When you were watching him at the line of scrimmage, in either of the games last year, what's going through your head when you're seeing him, like you said, point out routes, point out coverages? You're sitting there going, man, this guy knows knows everything? Is that a psychological game that he plays with you too? Do you know anything?
Honestly, for me, it was one of those things where you see him check, and you kind of know, okay, he knows what we're in. So instantly you think of what's a beater for what we're in. So it's like you have somewhat of an idea, but you can't change your coverage. So your coverage is your coverage. But I mean, you can definitely tell when he knows what you're in. He makes it obvious, but you still don't know what they're going to run. But I mean, he's very, very smart and very savvy.
How would you describe kind of the confidence of this defense right now with the way you've been playing?
I mean, just hungry for more. Honestly, we haven't pitched a shutout yet. So, I mean, that's something that we want to do. And I know each group kind of sets their own goals of how they want to produce each game. And I don't think we've all had 100% in those goals. So, I mean, just really being able to dominate for 4 quarters and not give up any points, I feel like is our goal for sure.
You played your entire rookie season in front of empty or mostly empty stadiums. Can you describe what this past Sunday's environment was like in Vegas?
I mean, honestly, it was thrilling. I never seen a road crowd travel and pack the house like that. But I mean, it was nice to be in that environment because it definitely wasn't home field advantage for them. So I mean, it was definitely beneficial for us to have our crowd and our families and have all that juice and atmosphere in that building.
When it's third down and it's loud for the home offense, I mean, what does that do for you guys as a defense to have that extra juice in a road game where, you know, that now they can't hear everything?
I mean, it just gives you more energy. It just brings more juice to you naturally. Just wanting to go out there and get a stop, pump the crowd up. I mean, that's normally not what the defense does on the road, goes and pump the crowd up. So, I mean, it was just about getting stops and keeping that energy throughout the game.
When you're on the field in a game, do you ever get any indication that you're getting more recognition or respect from your opponents this year than last year?
During the game?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you talk or whatever, but just even little things. You get the impression that they know who you are, you know, any more this year than.
I could say that, and it's funny you ask because this weekend I've been a big fan of Casey Hayward as he's been in the league, and now currently he's with the Raiders. And I kind of heard somebody call my name or call my number, and I turned around and it was him. So, I mean, we just had a little small conversation, but I would have never thought he knew or had watched my tape. And he was saying that he was a fan of my game and just to keep progressing, to keep pushing and doing what I was doing. So, I mean, just little things like that start to come more for sure.
Was that after the game or?
Before.
What does that mean to you?
You said what?
What does that mean to you to get that kind of recognition?
I mean, it feels good. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like you're only as good as the last thing that you did, and I feel like I've been playing good these last 5 weeks, but, I mean, all that can go away moving forward. So, I mean, for me, it's really just kind of embracing it, but also learning who I am and what I need to do.
Jaylon, this is a big shot for the team this weekend. Got, biggest rival at home, first place on the line. How would you describe what you guys are feeling, the opportunity that you have this weekend, the excitement for it?
Honestly, we're excited for every game to go out and dominate. So, I mean, it's not like this is our Super Bowl or anything like that. We're just going to go out and prepare throughout the week, prepare the best way that we can to be able to be successful and win the game.
There's nothing added with playing the Packers with first place on the line?
I don't put anything on it. I mean, other people may put stuff on it, but, I mean, at the end of the day, we got to line up and play football. So, I mean, I'm not worried about the extras that come with playing the game.
Thanks, Jaylon.
Thank you.